Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, today I'm going to be planting out some peas. These are douche Provence, and I sowed the seeds on the 14th of February, and they have been just growing on nicely and are quite nice little plants now. I think we're just about done with the frosts. I mean, these are sort of hardy anyway, but I'm now going to get these out into the bed that I'm sitting next to. So I have added fish blood and bone to the compost and soil already in this bed to give it a little bit of a lift for the peas. And I am just going to, let's see how many I'll get across here. Probably them all, hopefully. Yeah. I'm just going to put them all across here, like so. So you can see the roots are actually looking really nice. They're definitely ready to go out. There's a couple of plants in each of these pots actually. And at this time of year, actually, I'll be glad to get these pots available to transplant more veg or flowers. And I've actually put some sort of like plastic mesh up the trellis here just to give the peas something to grab onto as they grow. It's a little bit dry, so I'll give it good water once they're in. I've got another batch of, I think it's douche Provence again, that's just a little bit behind these ones, and I probably in the next couple of weeks will be ready to pop those out as well, so I'll need to find myself another bed. Control of chickens happening here. That's why I've got this. I've got another bit of mesh around the edge of the trough, because if I didn't, these darling little chickens would soon annihilate the pea plants. There we go. So that's a nice little row of peas, and hopefully they'll grow up this really well and give me a nice harvest of peas. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of space here in front of the pea plants, so I'm not going to let that go to waste. And what I'm going to do, I believe that turnips are actually quite a nice companion for peas. I'm not exactly sure why, I'll need to look into that, but from what I've read on companion planting, you don't want to put onions or garlic alongside peas. However, things like turnip are quite good with peas, so I'm probably going to get a couple of rows. I might try and get a couple of rows of small turnips in front of the peas, so I'll just go and get the, well, I think I'll water this first, then I will make a couple of rows and pop some turnip in. So bear with me and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, I'm going to pop in here a couple of rows of this turnip. It's called Snowball, and you know, if I can grow it to maybe even golf ball sized turnips, then that would be lovely. So I'm just going to, I do one there, yeah, I'm just going to make a little line here using a bit of trusty bamboo, and I'll do another one here. And hopefully we'll get some nice turnips. Little tiny seeds. I had some of these in last year, so I'm just going to be very careful and just pop some along the row here. I can always thin them. There you go, there's one. And here's the second one. Got a small amount of seed left, so I will use this somewhere else later. I'll pop in a label and I will cover them up. There we go. So here's hoping they will be happy bedfellows with the douche Provence peas. Okay, I've got a large 65 litre tub here, and I've got some beetroot that I transplanted out into the pot where they will grow, hopefully, and give me some beets. I've got a little area here, and the odd little area around the beets that I've got some space. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sow some French breakfast 3 radish, because these are quite a quick crop, and I should be able to get some radish out of here before the beetroot gets too large and sort of blocks out the light. So I've got a wee ticket there, and I will put some radish in. So I'm just going to make a few little holes for my radish and pop probably a couple of seeds in each. Oh, missed. There we go, there's some. And I will do the same in some other little locations here, in the hope that I can get a cheeky little radish harvest before the beetroot get too large. Another one there. Cool. Right, I'll need to give this a little water because we've not had that much rain, dare I say it, over the past few days, and it's certainly the surface is dry, so I'll give this a wee water and that'll be them set up to succeed, hopefully. So here's another large 65 litre pot, and in this one I am going to put in my onions, or the onions I've grown from seed anyway. So these are Bedfordshire Champion. They're sort of looking okay. I've never really had much success with growing onions from seed, and I was determined to try this year. So I've got a number of them. I think when I transplanted them from where I sowed them initially, I put a couple in each of the pots generally rather than individuals, just to help support each other because they get a bit floppy. So I'm going to put a number in here. That number I'm still thinking about. I haven't trimmed these at all. I don't know whether I should trim them now. Anybody that is in the know on this front, let me know, because they are a bit sort of straggly and floppy. Should I just give them a little top just to neaten them up? I guess I could do, but maybe I'll wait. I can always come back out and do that. So considering there's a couple in some of these pots, I probably don't want to have them any closer together than this, and that's maybe pushing it as it stands. And there's a space in the middle, and I would almost be inclined to put another one in there, but what I might do is just pop a lettuce in there because I've got lots of lettuce seedlings and I'm looking for places to put them. So I might pop a little lettuce in here just to fill up the space and grow on, and then I can harvest it later on, and that'll be well harvested before the onions get very large, I guess. So yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. So that's 2, 4, 5 pots, probably 2 in each. So maybe 10 onions, and then a lettuce in the middle. I just need one label, which is quite good because I'm sort of running out of labels at this time of year. So I'll just leave one label in, and then the others I can clean and reuse. So yep, there's certainly roots there, not root bound by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the soil's holding together well. So I think they seem quite healthy. So I will just sow this at the same depth as it was in the pot, and we'll see how we go. It's quite obvious that there's 2 here. You can see them just side by side there. I put a little fish blood and bone into the soil in this pot I basically filled this up with spent compost from other pots from last year, and I think that's all I put in here actually. So I've topped it up with fertilised it with some bloodfish and bone to give it a little bit of oomph to help support the onions. Okay, that's the onions in. This is all very exciting when you get to this stage in the season, I have to say. Right, I'm away to find a lettuce to pop in there. Right, this little guy is a Valen lettuce, and oh, I can't remember when I sowed it. It would be in February time frame. Whoops. So I'll pop this in the middle, and this will give me some nice leaves. Or I could wait and actually harvest it when it's a fully grown lettuce. We shall see. And there we are. I think that looks fine and dandy. Now I watered this compost before I put everything in, so I think it's probably okay as it stands. And the compost that in the pots that the onions were in was damp as well, so that should do just now. Okay, I've got another little tub here that I'm going to put some more of these Bedfordshire champion onions in. I'm just going to put 3 pots worth, so I think again there's 2 in each of these pots. And I sowed these onions on the 7th of February. And we're now mid-April. There we go. Just tidy up these dead leaves. No point in the plant putting any goodness into those. There's a wee nick on the end of that. Okay, so I'll give this a nice water and then find it a location to grow and protect it from the chickens, obviously.